So when it comes to video games, around this time of the year is when we usually have E3, and that's pretty much when we get their big announcements for what's going to be upcoming, and new video game trailers and all of that, and it does seem like we've pretty much had all of that now from a lot of major companies, like with Summer Games Fest which just happened, we had the PlayStation Showcase, and then also the Xbox Showcase, but the one company that of course is missing is Nintendo, and ever since Tears of the Kingdom came out, we've been wondering what exactly is Nintendo planning, and it seems like we may have just gotten an answer from a reputable insider for what to expect. Now real quick before we get started, I just want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Opera GX. Opera GX is a special web browser that's designed with gamers in mind, and there's a ton of features that I think a lot of people would really enjoy. So similar to how Kirby is always inhaling stuff, there's a good chance that your web browser right now is inhaling a lot of the extra RAM and CPU power from your computer, and that can definitely play an impact when you're doing demanding things such as playing games or streaming or video editing. So the really cool thing about this web browser is that Opera GX has a feature built in called GX Control, where you can turn on these switches such as the RAM limiter or the CPU limiter, and this will make it so that it's basically going to be using less of the power from your computer when you're using this web browser, so you can still browse on the internet, but now you can also have less of your CPU's power being used. And now if we take a look and compare it here, you can see to like another web browser like Chrome, it is using significantly less power. One of the other great things about this web browser is that you have endless customization, where on other web browsers you can get themes and stuff, but the cool thing about this is that you can basically mod out everything, where if you go on this GX store, you've got so many different themes and kind of different mods that you can add for the browser. So if you ever remember like going to like the arcade and having like these really cool retro looking arcades back in the day, you're gonna love this type of style that we have right here called the GX Boy, which is very similar to like a Game Boy, so we can install that right here too. And then all you gotta do is head on over into your mod section right here, turn on this power button, and then we've got GX theme that's enabled right here. If we go back into a new tab right here, you can see that it has like this retro theme that's on here now, which looks really, really cool. We can even go into the settings and enable more features, such as having browser sounds that you have like sound effects when you click on stuff. You can have background music as well, when we have background music here with like a more theme that kind of fits the atmosphere of having like this theme. And then even just like searching stuff up, if we type in like Nintendo and stuff, we can see there's like browser sound effects. So it's really, really cool with how you can customize these themes and get these different types of mods. Do you remember back in the day when there used to be a lot of these really cool gaming magazines that came out that showed you a lot of the news about upcoming games and things? There's actually something very similar to that digitally that's built inside of this web browser known as the GX Corner. And you can see right here scrolling down, you can learn about some upcoming games and take a look at new features and all the video game news that you have right here, even get special deals on games and stuff too. It's a really cool way to be able to stay up to date, so you can really see here that this web browser is definitely designed with gamers in mind. And finally, let's say that you do want to switch on over to Opera GX, but you've been using another web browser for so many years, and that one has all your history and your passwords and bookmarks and everything. The cool news is that just as fast as Sonic himself, you can just head on over into the settings of Opera GX, click on this button that says import bookmarks and settings, pick your other web browser, check everything that you want to bring on over, and you can import that immediately into this web browser and begin using this as if nothing has changed from your previous browser. So it's just really, really awesome, and there's so many cool things here that I didn't even talk about that you can discover. So if you are interested, definitely be sure to click the link below in the description or the pinned comment, and thank you so much again to Opera GX for sponsoring this video. Now when it comes to Nintendo Directs, we've only had one Nintendo Direct so far in 2023, which happened way back in February, and that was a Direct that I wouldn't even say was really anything insane, as it mainly just gave us updates for games that we already knew about, like a brand new trailer for Pikmin 4, a brand new trailer for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and we had a surprise announcement like Metroid Prime Remastered, but besides that, there really wasn't like a ton of crazy like brand new announcements for upcoming games. So a lot of Nintendo fans after playing Zelda have been wondering what exactly could Nintendo be planning, and it seems like we could be hearing rumblings now about some type of announcement or showcase to be coming very soon. So this is coming from gaming journalist Jeff Grubb, and I've talked about him a couple of times on the channel before. Jeff Grubb is somebody who is known to be an insider, and this is somebody who has leaked a lot of stuff when it comes to Nintendo many times, and he's been pretty accurate for the most part. Usually, like, I think the biggest one that he was known to be correct for was back in 2020 in March, when we weren't getting any type of Nintendo Direct at all, and during that time everybody was going kind of crazy, like wondering what Nintendo is planning. Jeff Grubb came out saying like, yeah, on this day there's going to be some type of Nintendo Nintendo Direct announcement or something, and people were like, it's not going to happen, like they haven't announced anything the day before. And sure enough, we actually did get a Nintendo Direct mini that happened that day, so he was correct. And ever since then, he's been talking about stuff too, like the Mario remasters that were going to come out for Mario's anniversary, and that ended up being true with Super Mario 3D All-Stars. And he's also talked about the Metroid Prime remaster that was going to happen, and that got announced in the last Direct too. So he definitely seems to be correct when it comes to a lot of these types of things, and right now he's hearing that something is going to be happening around July. So this was something that was said by Jeff Grubb on a podcast, so I'm going to show you guys the clip right now.
Like just early rumblings, I'll say that I'm hearing something's going to be in July next month, whether that is a proper Direct or like a partner Direct or a third-party showcase Direct, however they want to frame it. A Direct Mini, I have no idea, but it seems like don't expect anything of that sort at least until next month, and if that even happens at all. But like I said, rumblings, it seems pretty likely that something could happen next month with Nintendo. Although a July Direct would be weird, but we'll see.
So yeah, basically he's saying that he's hearing early rumblings about something that's going to happen in July, but he's not exactly sure if it's going to be a partner showcase, or if it's going to be a whole mainline Direct, or if it's going to be a Direct Mini. So I think it is kind of interesting because it seems like Nintendo could be planning some type of announcement, but I don't really know, because I feel like the one thing that we've pretty much always had is a Nintendo Direct that happens in September, and that's pretty much my personal prediction. Like that's when I think we're going to see like the next real mainline Direct. I feel like what's going to happen in July is it's very possible that we could just get like a third-party partner showcase or something to just show off some third-party games that companies still need to talk about that are coming to the Switch, and because Nintendo is choosing not to do a mainline Direct, those announcements can't be in there, so they need to have like their own partner showcase so that those games can still get their announcements. I feel like that's most likely what's going to happen, and we're not going to see a mainline Direct until September, because that's the only time where we've always had a Nintendo Direct pretty much every year in the entire Nintendo Switch's era, where ever since 2017 we've always had a September Direct that's happened every single year. So I'm expecting that to be the case. Like it would be more surprising now if they skipped 2023 for not having a September 2023 Direct. So that's pretty much my prediction for when we could see it. But in the off chance that it could happen, I am interested to see what they could be showing now if we are going to be getting some news soon, because right now most people have already played Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. A lot of people have enjoyed the game, but we're kind of wondering now what else to expect for the Nintendo Switch, as we pretty much just have Pikmin 4 around the corner, and then after that the only thing that's out in the horizon is Metroid Prime 4 whenever that wants to get a trailer and a release date. But besides that, we don't really have any other like close upcoming brand new Nintendo first party games for the Switch. So a lot of people are saying that it's giving more hints now that maybe they're actually kind of gearing up for a new system, and I've talked about that a lot too, where it seems like pretty much all signs and rumors are kind of pointing towards a brand new Nintendo Switch or like a next generation Nintendo system that could be coming out next year. But yeah, it should be pretty interesting to see if we get some type of Nintendo event next month. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to click that like button, and also subscribe to the channel, as I am going to be talking more about Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Directs and Switch 2 rumors and all of that stuff very soon. Go follow me on Twitter at @Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros. And Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.